Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beauty Topix podcast. I'm your host, Chantel, and I have my girl, my former boss. Like, who does that? This is how much I love her. Who goes back to where they used to work because they were treated like family and loves their boss so much that they want to hang out up there. I have the one and only AJ Ruley on my couch today, and she is running like the most amazing bridal salon in Houston, Texas. It is called Weddings by Debbie. It is named after her incredible mother who started the company. One of the original, I'm going to say it, boss bitches. Debbie would be like, girl, don't say that. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm saying it. I mean, I'm telling you, this woman like pulled herself up by her bootstraps and like started her company. And it is an incredible bridal salon. I'm talking double doors, marble floors, amazing gowns, amazing staff, everything done in-house. And AJ has like taken over and just made the business just even more innovative and more stylish than it ever was, putting her own touch on everything. And I just have to give her flowers while she's sitting next to me because I absolutely love her. Her and her family treated me and my family like family the entire time I worked there. So the second I walked in the door, I felt comfortable and just at peace, and a time was had. She's also the co-host of her own podcast that's called Bride and Gloom. And if you need a good laugh, if you need a good pick-me-up, whether you're engaged or married or looking for a dress, whatever the case may be, you have to check out this podcast. It is absolutely incredible. But hold on to your seats when you're listening to it because it is something else. So hello, AJ. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for having me. Like what an intro. Like,
I mean, you know,
damn.
Did we not have a time?
Oh, we had a time. Baby, did we have a time? My goodness.
I mean, that was some of the best little years of my life working at Weddings by Debbie. I have to say, the crew that we had, the collection of stylists that you put together, we were literally like a little family in there. I mean, we ate together, we hung out together, we partied together. Like whenever we would have these amazing sales months or sales, what was like a quarterly thing that you would do for us to party?
It was monthly. Yeah.
We would have casino parties at AJ's house. These people would bring in casino games and they would grill and cook for us and give us fake money. And we act like we were balling out with fake money buying real prizes. You couldn't tell me nothing. It was so much fun.
You used to roll in with the margarita machine. So,
hey, used to bring the drink. Look, and the one who doesn't drink, bringing a drink.
Hey, but you know what? We had a whole crew of an eclectic bunch.
We did.
Women from different walks of life and in different stages of their lives.
So true. Wow.
And
everybody was in a different stage of life.
Everybody was in a different stage of their life. Some were single, some were married, some were new mothers, some were, old mothers.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And
grandmothers,
everything. Yeah. Everybody we were all just there having a good time slinging dresses.
Wow. A time was had. I'm telling y'all. I'm so curious though, like when you like going through all this hiring process, because you saw what worked and what didn't work, what were you looking for? You're like, okay, I'm looking for consultants that do what? Like, what was it?
I wanted somebody who, honestly, like when I sit across from somebody and just talk to them, like, I don't need you to have sales experience. I'll teach you how to sell a dress. Because like if you came from a retail background, like that was great. But, and if you worked at another bridal salon, it was kind of like a check mark against you because I had to unteach you everything that was taught to you that didn't apply to the way we operated our business because it's so different. Our business model is so different even from other bridal salons, the way we operate. Yeah. So when I sit across from somebody and I'm interviewing them, I'm just trying to find out if they're a good person and how well they would work with the people who already work at the store. Are they going to mix in well? Or are they going to be a detriment to the team? Because I don't want somebody who's going to be a detriment to the team. I want somebody who's going to be a part of a cohesive family and know that they're a cog in a big wheel that makes the whole thing operate, and let them understand that I'm just a cog in the wheel. Yeah. So it's more about building a team than it is about one person. Because if you can find somebody who is, number one, interested in fashion, who can be loyal, and just has like basic knowledge of how to be nice to people and really enjoy what they're doing and not bring all the drama from your house into my store. I mean, because everybody's got drama. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's got different things happening. But I want our store to be a place where people can leave all that behind and just have a good time and enjoy a place that, you know, is making a woman who is getting married the happiest that she can be while she's in our store. Yeah. And that our focus is on our customer and nobody else. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just really about getting to know the person. Mm-hmm. And again, if they're worried about selling something, I'll teach you how to do that. It's not that hard.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I can say, I wasn't like super nervous about the interview. I was just kind of like, I was like, I need to do some more research about fabrics and what kind of lace this is and that. And I remember you were like, yeah, no, you know, you were literally just talking to me about, you know, like my husband, my kids, my family, you know, how I was doing, how I was feeling. Yeah. And I was just like, wow, that was like really different. It was such a unique interview. And I was just like, I'm like, did I get that? And I'm like, I'm not sure. And my husband's like, oh yeah, you've never gone on an interview and I got the job. You're fine, baby. You got it. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I really want it though, but I don't know anything about the fabric. And you were like, girl, we'll show you. Yeah. And like the amount, like the knowledge that I gained just about different just fabrics and what goes together and what doesn't. And, you know, you steam this way and you hang this way and you make sure you put gloves on before you touch this fabric. Or, I mean, it was so much like information. Yeah. But I mean, I still remember all of it. I still have my little binder of like all my little notes about everything and like how the different designers would come in and teach us things. Yeah. Matthew Christopher would come or whoever would come and just teach us so much. And it was such a cool experience. I remember I had a bride and she like didn't want lace. She didn't want silk. She didn't want satin. She didn't want organza. She didn't want anything. And I was just like, okay.
Well, what do you want?
I was like, let me just run to the restroom real quick and wash my hands. And then I'll be right back. And then I ran and I got Lena. And I was like, Lena, she hates every fabric. I don't know what to do. And Lena was like, I got you. And Lena pulled a dress, and I don't even remember what the name of the fabric was, but it was very thick and beautiful. And
Mikado?
It was like that's it. Yeah. And the girl was like, that's it. She put it on. We were done. I was like, oh, thank you, Lena, because I didn't know what to do. She said she hates everything. I'm like, I don't even think she wants to get married. I mean, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. That's exactly what it was. And that dress was stunning. But I mean, you have so many different designers in your store. And you guys really cater to everyone. I recall another situation where I had a bride and she was, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like a size 28. Okay. And she had been everywhere. And she was literally like the nicest bride that I ever had the entire time I'd been there. She was so sweet. She came in with her mom and her grandmother, and her grandmother literally pulled me to the side and said, please put my baby in a dress. And I was like, I'm gonna put her in more than one dress. She's like, well, we've been multiple places and they've been so nasty to my grandbaby and I just don't appreciate it. And we were told to come here and that you guys would take care of us. And I was like, oh, I said, you're in the right spot. Girl, let me show you where to sit on the couch. We're going to go pull some dresses. It's going to be fine. I mean, because so many bridal salons do not cater to women of all sizes. And it's so ridiculous to me. Do you think because I like cupcakes that I can't get married? Trust me, I can. I can find a man that likes cupcakes with me. And we're getting married. Yeah. And we're going to do this. I just think it is so ridiculous and so disheartening that people were ruining her experience. Someone actually took like a size 2 dress and like clipped it to the front of her shirt with some clips. Good night. I mean, she just felt absolutely degraded. And when they came in and she tried on what? She tried on 4 dresses. Mm-hmm. And of course, it was the first one. But she tried on 4. And they bought their dress that day, and her grandma was just hugging me and just crying. And she's like, I'm going to go up to the front and pay my half. And she went up to the front with Susha and paid for half the dress. And it was just amazing. I just have to say, you guys really take care of everyone. There is no size that we didn't like take care of. Everybody came in and felt special.
And that's what we wanted. Yeah. You know, and it's a testament to you that you were able to just you were always able to put like 1 or 2 dresses on somebody and they bought a dress. Like you didn't spend like 5 hours with somebody. It was kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna have a conversation with you, and now I already know what dress you're gonna buy. Like that's literally how it went. Yeah. There were a few days because I would challenge myself. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a 2 dress appointment. You got it. You got it. And I had quite a few that were just 1 dress, and I was like, yes. Yeah. And I've had some 2 dress appointments. Yeah. It's just because I feel like you told me just to be an active listener. Yeah. Because I really had to focus on the listening to the details because I didn't know, because I was newer and I didn't know as much as the other consultants. So I really had to focus on making sure everybody was having fun. Yeah. Because fun, happy people spend money. Exactly.
So I had to make sure my appointments were fun. Everybody was having a good time. And I needed to figure out who was paying.
That's right.
So I'm like, oh, your dad's with you because you dragged him here because he has the checkbook. So I would loop the dad.
Yep.
I would scoop him. I'm like, okay, you're going to escort me through the store and I'm going to take you to the special seat for you to sit. So to make sure you can see everything. Pops.
That's right.
You always had to find out where the money was coming from.
You got to find out where the money's coming and where the decision is coming. Because sometimes it's not the same person. Sometimes it's just, daddy's paying for it, but sister's the one helping pick out the dress.
True story.
You got to find the person that, is making the decision with the bride. Because sometimes the bride is not doing it.
That is true. We've been there and seen that. We've been there and seen that.
I wish it would be more that the bride is actually picking out her dress.
Yeah.
But there is the instance where the family is just completely overpowering. Wow. Or the best friend is completely overpowering. Yeah.
Yeah. We've got some friendzillas, some momzillas.
You know what? Now it is the friend. Wow. It is not the family anymore. It's
the jealous friend that wishes it was her.
Yeah. Or that got married a few years ago and
Lord, she knows everything now. She knows everything. She gonna go pick your cake. She gonna do everything, girl, because she got married 2 years ago.
And she's done it all.
When you're going to market, for example, do you kind of have a checklist of what you're looking for, or do you just kind of go and get inspired?
No, there's definitely a lot of research that goes in before I go to market. And there's a lot of report analytics that I go through. The 2 weeks before I go to market, I look at what colors are we selling? What sizes are we selling? What style of dresses are we selling in, say, a size 16? What style of dresses are we selling in a size 4? What style of dresses are we selling in a size 26? And what colors are they? And where am I missing dresses in different places? So I also have a report that my consultants do now that I didn't have you guys do before, but now I'd have them do it. Where starting about 3 months before I go to market, they give me a report of stuff that people are shopping for that we don't have in the store. So I start to look at, do the designers that I carry offer the things that people are asking for that I don't have? If they don't, what designers do? So then I start to look at, our market numbers. What designers for me are doing really well in these sizes and in these styles. And that's where I kind of devote my budget. So there's a dollar amount that I will spend. And sometimes I have to pick up a new line because we saw a big shift about 2 years ago of clean dresses. We were moving away from lace and we were going into more clean dresses.
Aesthetic,
very clean. Well, most of the designers that I was carrying at the time, they only offered 1 or 2 dresses that were clean. So I went out and bought a whole company, a whole designer's line, nothing but clean dresses.
Wow.
And I bought them in 10s and 12s and 14s and 16s. And I also bought them in 20s and 22s and 24s and 28s. So we were able to really curate a collection of clean dresses and in different ways, like ball gowns, high necklines, some with a little bit of lace, some with a little bit of beading. So those are the things that I have to look at is where is the trend moving? And if I miss the trend, how quickly can I get into it without losing the whole thing? So the other thing I've started to do is in season is that, am I missing something? Is there something that is popping off that other stores may have or that other designers have done that weren't at market that maybe I need to pick up a few pieces that kind of look like that? There was a few years ago, there was a whole influx of Israeli designers and Israeli influence of different types of lace dresses. And then there was a Ukrainian designers that kind of did an influx. And right now it's Australian designers. They have they're the new hot thing. So what are they doing that's different from the designers that I already carry? And is there something that I can find from a designer that I already have a relationship with that will slide into that niche? So I think it's a lot of research. There's a lot of numbers and a lot of analytics. And I would say at least 3 hours of my day at the store, I'm looking at dresses that I don't own. And I'm looking at designers that I don't carry just so I can see, is this a product mix that I need to put into the store? Or is this just a one-off where you have 2 or 3 people who are looking for this one style, but maybe it's not something I need to invest in because it's really only for like 1 or 2 people. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So no, there's a lot of analytics that go into market.
I have a very cool guest today. She's an amazing lady, Miss Ty Quarles. Got to make sure that I say that right, you guys. And this gorgeous woman is the owner of Aisle Runners, and she is one of the most she's one of those people that I met early on when I started my business, and she inspired me so much. For one, I saw her and she was a knockout. First and foremost, beautiful, like Black queen, just business owner, boss, wife, mother, the whole 9 yards, just something that, I, of course, aspired to be. And she started her company, and I just wanted to introduce her to you guys, to my listeners and my followers, so you can learn a little bit more about her. Hey, Ty.
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing, my dear?
Not too bad. Glad to be here.
Oh, thank you so much for doing this. I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. I know how busy you are, especially with weddings in the fall and winter in Houston. I know business is really, really popping right now because people like to wait for good weather.
Well, and also it's engagement season, what we call it. So a lot of people tend to get engaged between Thanksgiving and Valentine's Day. So when the girlies get engaged, it's like literally that's the first thing they do. They call us, book consultation. So I try to get everybody in during the holiday season, especially I'll have a lot of brides that are out of state or out of town. While they're here, we do consults.
Well, yeah. And of course, and sometimes, when the parents are here, so it's like mom and dad want to be involved. And a lot of times mom and dad may be writing a check or two. So
most of the time mom and dad are writing a check.
Okay. So yeah, we would like to have them involved.
Involved in air quotes, involved, financially involved. No,
there we go. No, I feel you 100%. Okay, so what actually inspired you to start your business, Aisle Runners?
So, quick story or short story is I am a Y2K bride. So I got married in the year 2000.
Okay,
and at that time, there was no Instagram. There was no, I don't even think we had Google. Oh my God. We didn't even have Google.
Mm-hmm.
And wedding planning just wasn't a thing. Maybe on the East Coast or West Coast, people had wedding planners like Colin Cowie or what's her name? Mindy Wise or whatever.
Yes.
I think they were probably around.
Mm-hmm.
But it was considered sort of taboo or like you were being bougie. If you hired a wedding planner, girl, go get your cousin's nephew's brother to do it for you, and you just have some person come in and just point in directions and tell you what to do. But it wasn't really a thing when I got married. So I did a lot of the planning for my own wedding. I created all of my paperwork, did whatever, and we hired like a friend of a family who had done several weddings, and he just showed up on the day of. He did a good enough job, but there were so many things missing or things that he didn't do because that's just not what you did. And it was sort of, I don't know, weddings weren't that big of a production back then for some reason. I don't know if people were, that's what I kind of appreciate about this generation. They are not ashamed to have a big, nice, fancy wedding. They're like, we work hard. We want to show our friends and family a good time. But back then, it was almost kind of considered to be showy if you were not like a celebrity and you were having like a big wedding. So it just wasn't that
Sometimes
sort of thing.
you just have a big family. My mom has 7 siblings. My dad is one of 14. Sometimes just my regular family, it would have been, that would have been 200-300 people.
So when I say a big wedding, not necessarily in size, but in terms of like professionalism or what you eat or the production value. So to get a caterer, oh my God, why do that when your aunt so-and-so makes this? Or it was a lot of family.
They thought you was just going to have baked beans and cornbread?
Some people did. Some people did back then. So, or you had it at like a really nice hotel or whatever, but it was still very, in the early, especially in Houston. I don't know about other places, but in Houston, it just wasn't that big of a deal.
Oh, okay.
So I said, when I started planning our wedding, I was, we were very young. We were like one of our first people in our group of friends who got married. So we were like kind of fresh out of college or whatever.
Yeah.
No one knew what to do. And everybody was just kind of saying, nobody really helped. I had to tell people, hey, go get your dress. Hey, let's do this. Let's do that.
Oh, goodness.
And I just said, there's gotta be a better way to do this. And, a year later, I was still working, my corporate America job. I was still doing that. But I was like, I think I can do this in a way that's accessible that's friendly. It doesn't have to be very stuck up and prudish and whatever, but we get the job done. And then that's when I started it. And literally, I think I booked my first client. Funny story. I booked my first client, full-time client, I believe, or paying client when I was pregnant with my first son. And literally after that, I booked another girl. And for like 8 to 10 years, I didn't have to pay for any marketing. It was word of mouth. So she told her cousin. She told her cousin told her coworker. Her coworker told her friend. And it just went on and on like that with no
snowballed.
marketing.
It snowballed.
I was very blessed in the beginning where it was just, there were just all these girls who were like, hey, she's good. She's the real deal. I used her. Let's use her. What's so tricky about a wedding is it's not just a whole lot of money that you're spending for one day, but it's emotion behind it.
Yes.
I've known, it's like a friend of a friend who got married, and they've been married probably over 25 years. And she is still upset with her mother-in-law. They've got kids and everything because she felt like she ruined her wedding day and she cannot let it go. It's that emotional. So people need to be considerate of the fact that we've got these people's livelihoods and their families. And, you know, a lot of times too, weddings only amplify what's already there. So if there are family problems, they're going to bubble up because they're
I'm in the back doing the makeup and the hair. So, you know, it's bubbling all over the place. It's popping champagne corks in the back.
Exactly. So it's like all those things and you need to be respectful of that. You don't know what people have been through. So you have to just have this. Anywho, but to answer your question, I'll start by addressing that I think there are two types of brides.
Okay.
So you have brides that think that I can do all this by myself. I'm super organized. I can do this. It's not a big deal. I just need you to come in at the last minute, whatever. And then you have brides who sort of acknowledge that they can't handle this on their own. Right. And how I like to say, you know, I'd like to talk about both of them is both of you need help. I don't care how organized you are. I don't care what you do for a living. You can be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, whatever. If you have not planned a wedding before, you need help because you're going to forget something. It is not in any way indicative of your intelligence. We're not saying we're smarter than you. We're not saying that we have some magical power. It's just literally, it's like a muscle. It's a muscle that's been trained over and over again to where we see things that other people don't necessarily see because we've seen it a million times. You love what you do. You'll work hard because you're happy. But when you're not happy, I don't know who's going to hear the podcast, but if this goes, you know, if anyone that wants to be a wedding planner hears this, anyone that's getting married hears this, but more specifically to people who are aspiring planners, do what you love because you'll be really good at it.
Absolutely.
And you'll hang on to it. The industry is much more crowded now than it was when I started. So it's hard getting in there. People will say nasty things to you. People will exclude you from spaces. I had someone tell me one time, you know, when I reached out and I was trying to network, I don't know you. And I'm like, well, you won't know me unless we talk to each other. So there were lots of closed doors and no's. And that's okay. But if you're really passionate about it, my recommendation is work at it, take some time, really think about how you want your business to be set up. How do you want it different? Don't just jump out there and be like, give me your wedding. And you have not taken the time to think about what are the procedures? What is my onboarding procedure? What is my procedure for interviewing, you know, for consultations or whatever? Think about it. Take some time to think about it. And this is just me. I am not a fan of a jack of all trades. There are
jack of all trades, master of none.
Find one thing that you like. Don't do 20 million different things and then do them in a mediocre way. Pick one really good thing that you're good at. Some people can do multiple things. That's fine. But I don't find that it is the best use of your time.
Gotcha.